Hello and welcome back to World 360. The corpses were dug up, cut into pieces with knives and the hacksaw, then thrown into the barrel of sulfuric acid. The operation took hours and only ended the next morning on 23rd January. This is an excerpt from a book by Belgian author Ludo de Witt, which details how Belgium authorities murdered Congolese independence hero Patrice Lumumba and two of his allies in 1961, and went to great lengths to ensure that there was no evidence of their remains. However, on Monday, Belgium handed over a tooth to Lumumba's family, believed to be the last remains of the slain Congolese leader. On the occasion, Belgium PM Alexander De Croo said it was not normal that for 6 decades Lumumba's remains were kept in obscure circumstances. Now, Congo, before it became the Democratic Republic of Congo, was under colonial rule from 1885 to 1960. In 1960, the country officially gained independence and parliamentary elections were held. Lumumba formed a coalition government as prime minister in June that year. But even after giving up colonial rule, Belgium continued to try to subdue the nationalist movement in Congo. Killing Lumumba was very much part of that plan. Let's also not forget the role of the US in Congo's dark colonial past. Reports point out that the US acquired a strategic stake in the enormous natural wealth of Congo and even used uranium from Congolese mines to manufacture the world's first atomic weapons, the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs. It was in the interest of the Western powers to keep mineral-rich African countries on their side. But Lumumba was clearly a threat to that. Let's look at the events that led to his demise. He was in fact first kidnapped and handed over to pro-Western elements such as the Katangan authorities. Now, Lumumba was later executed in the presence of Katangan and Belgian officials and officers. His body was thrown into a shallow grave, but later dug up and remains were burned in acid. The tooth was allegedly kept as a souvenir by one of his killers, a Belgian police officer. Let's fast forward to today. Returning Lumumba's tooth to his family appears to be part of Belgium's recent reckoning with its brutal colonial past in Congo. Earlier this month, King Philip of Belgium made a landmark 6-day visit to the Democratic Republic of Congo, his first visit since taking the throne in 2013. During the visit, he returned a traditional mask to the African country, which is one of about 84,000 artifacts taken during the colonial era, which Belgium has agreed to return. During this trip, the king acknowledged that Belgium's rule over Congo led to quote-unquote abuse and humiliation, but he stopped short of issuing a formal apology. Now, not everyone received the Belgian king's visit with open arms. In fact, in an opinion piece for Nigerian online newspaper Premium Times, Owai Lakemfa, a human rights activist, journalist and author, pointed out that when Congo was first seized by King Leopold II, the brother of the current king's great-great-grandfather, 15 million Congolese were murdered. He wrote, "This is the highest known figure of genocide in world history. Even in the lunatic Nazi Holocaust against innocent and defenseless Jews, the highest estimated casualty figure was 6 million. It is clear that Belgium's return of Lumumba's tooth and decision to return thousands of stolen artifacts to the African country is a start, but it has a long way to go. Thank you so much for watching. This is Pia Krishnankutty for ThePrint. Do subscribe to ThePrint and follow us on social media.